What's a stock? How much money do I need to get started? What app do I use to trade stocks? What the hell is an IPO? Should I hold my stock or sell it? Is $100 even enough to make money in the stock market? How much money can I make from it? How do I fucking sell my stocks? Yo, I know you guys have a ton of questions when it comes to the stock market. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down how you can invest $100 in the stock market. And I'm also going to be breaking it down for the beginners out there that want to get started but don't really know how. So if you want to make sure you know how to invest in the stock market, make sure to watch till the end and make sure you demolish that like button. It is essential that you do that, otherwise you're never going to make a dime from the stock market. So make sure you do that. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so the chances are that you've probably heard stocks on the news or Wall Street or any of those. Like you just know the word stocks or the stock market. The stock market is an amazing place to get rich. It's really simple if you think about how it works. So essentially when you buy a stock, you buy a really small piece of the company in exchange for money. Those really small pieces are called stocks. So when you buy one stock for $5, you own $5 of that company. So let's say that you buy that stock at $5 and in a couple days it goes up to $7 because the company had an iPhone release or something. Let's just say they just had fantastic results. Now your stock is worth $7, and if you choose to sell that stock back to the company, you would make a $2 profit because you bought the stock originally at $5. 3 days later it went to $7, so you made $2 profit on that. Now I know a lot of you guys might not get intrigued over $2, but what happens when you have a bunch of those shares and the price moves up dramatically? Then you made a much bigger profit on that. So that was like the basic explanation of how the stock market works and how you can profit off of it. The thing that people don't talk about is how you can lose a fuck ton of money. This can happen when, let's say you buy a stock worth $10 and then 3 days later the stock goes to $2 and you're like, fuck, I don't know, should I sell it or should I hold it? Should I keep waiting? And it doesn't move from those $2 for a while, so you just say, all right, I'm gonna sell it, because you get anxious to just sell it. Well, you just took an $8 loss on that. And I know $8 doesn't seem like a lot, but that's just small picture. Imagine the people that have tons of shares and tons of stocks in that company. Those people end up losing a lot because they can't control their emotions. But as a beginner, you're probably not going to start off investing $2,000, $1,500. You're not going to start off around there. I certainly didn't. I started off with just $100 and then slowly started adding in more money once I kind of got the hang of it. Because of all the experience I've been having throughout the last 1.5 to 2 years, I was able to turn $2,000 into $30,000 in a little bit over 2 months. So it was a pretty good outcome. All the struggles, all the sacrifices, it really pays off. Now for you guys, I know that you guys are in high school, maybe middle school, whatever it is. So I know that you guys have $100. If you don't have $100, just get $100. So what you're gonna do is get a broker. A broker is basically an app that you use on your phone to make all the trades, to make all the transactions, to buy the stocks and to sell the stocks. And for beginners, and I personally use this still, I use Robinhood. And I'm actually gonna drop the link down below. If you use my link, you and I both get a free stock, and I'll actually shout you out on my next YouTube video if you use that link. So if you guys wanna sign up right now, it's completely free. You don't have to do anything. You just have to be 18 and older. Sign up, put in your social security and all that information. And then once you make that account using my link, I'll be able to tell who did it and I'll shout you out on the next video. But anyways, you make that broker account on Robinhood. And then from there, what you're going to do is fund the account with $100. You're going to connect your bank account and then just deposit the money into the broker. Now the next steps are very intricate and very critical that you pay attention right now. So in many cases, you're probably not able to do much with $100 in the stock market, but you're able to do some other things. You can buy some shares such as Uber, Snapchat, Twitter, Royal Caribbean, Delta Airlines, O'Reilly, Best Buy, and a few other companies. But the ones that you really want to go for are like Apple, Netflix, Tesla, Alibaba, Target, I believe. Those are all stocks worth over $100. And they're worth over $100 because you can make more money with those stocks. But anyways, I don't want to confuse you guys so much. What I would recommend doing first is buying a growth stock. And what does this mean? A growth stock is basically a stock that you predict and is more likely to be growing throughout time, so that you can actually secure in a profit when the time comes to sell. So like I said, if you were to buy one share of Twitter at $25, and then in a few months it goes all the way up to $45, you made a $20 profit. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, and it really isn't for 3 months, but that's just kind of your foot in the door in the stock market, so you don't make any errors trading with even more money, because it will happen to you guys. I guarantee it. You don't want to make that mistake of dumping in a lot of money right now and then losing it later on because you just couldn't trade with a small amount first to just kind of get your feet wet and understand how it all works. So what I would recommend is buying a Twitter share, and it's worth around $25. I would get an Uber share as well, which is around $25 as well. I would get a Royal Caribbean stock, which is worth around $27, and then I dump whatever's left into Snapchat shares, which are worth around $11.40, which will probably only get maybe 1 or 2 after all the other shares. Now pay attention to what I'm going to say, because this is the most important part. If you're watching this video in 2020 and it's April 1st, you are in the most opportunistic, I don't even know if that's a word, opportunistic, you have the best opportunity to buy stocks right now because they're very, very cheap. So let me go back in time to when I said all the stocks. Uber on average is worth around $40, and right now it's worth $25, meaning that if it goes back to average price, you'll make a $15 profit on that. Twitter is worth around $40 as well, and right now it's worth $23, so you'll make around a $15 profit on that as well. Now the one I'm very excited about, and I recommend maybe you even dump the whole $100 into this stock and just forget the other ones if you want, especially if it's 2020, April, and you're in the month of April watching this, April whatever, I would recommend getting Royal Caribbean right now, because Royal Caribbean is actually worth around $120 to $130 average price. Right now it's only worth $27. So that means if you were to get 4 shares at $100, you could turn that $100 into $400 to $500 if it goes back to average price. And that is actually a pretty decent return, considering the fact that, imagine you had $1,000, you could turn $1,000 into something way bigger when the time comes to sell. Am I telling you to buy these shares? Of course not. I mean, I'm not a licensed financial director, advisor, or whatever it is. I'm not telling you to buy anything. I'm just telling you what I would do. But I would recommend getting some Royal Caribbean shares right now, just because they're so cheap. And if you want to ball out within a few months after this whole Rona situation is cleared, then this is the opportunity to do so. So my piece of advice into turning this Benji into 5 Benjis would be to probably load up on a few Royal Caribbean shares right now, and then just wait to see whenever the price goes up, then yes, you could sell them right there, and you're probably going to make around a $400 to $500 profit depending on how many shares you get. And that's just doing the math. You guys can do the math on your own, but I've already done the math and it really checks out because it's right in front of you. If the stock is worth $130 on average and you buy it at $30, and then a year later it goes all the way back to $130, you made $100 profit just with 1 share. Now with 4 shares, you're gonna make $400 with that. Now imagine if you have 40 shares, you're gonna make $4,000 on that, I believe. So it's pretty insane what can happen with all this. This is insane how much money you can make. And I personally am doing it myself. If you guys want to do it, that's your personal decision. You have to risk it. This is your own risk investment. You have to do your own research. But I'm just telling you what I would do if I had $100, because this is a pretty decent investment. Alright, but just to wrap it up, I hope this video made sense. I hope you guys understood a little bit more about the stock market, how it works. Just to clear up some more things, the stock market officially opens at 6:30 in the morning and closes at 1 p.m. 6 a.m. is actually pre-market. That's when you kind of see all the news, everything that's going on. The market's already moving, but you can't do anything about it until 6:30. It's open Monday through Friday, which means it's just like a regular week, a regular work week. You grind in, and then weekends you have it for yourself. You really can't do anything about the stock market on the weekends because it's closed. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys took something away from it. I hope the 5 stocks that I mentioned are something that's going to actually propel you to make the decisions that you need to make in your life to actually propel you into a more successful path down the road, so you kind of already get your feet wet with investments and knowing a little bit more about the stock market, because this essentially will help you more throughout your life if you do it right. And if you start right now at a young age, because I know like a lot of you guys watching are freaking youngest, like really young. You guys are in high school, maybe some of you guys are in middle school, I doubt it. But maybe you guys are even older than that, and it's never too late to start investing. As long as you got the money and as long as you got that work ethic, anything can be done. So I mean, it really depends on you guys. But just to wrap it up and clear things up, I hope you guys took something away from this video. And my light just turned off, but I'm gonna keep talking. I hope you guys like this video. If you guys liked it, make sure to subscribe, like, leave a comment, and just share it out to anybody that you think can help you out. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.